Here we're going to be breaking down an open guard to a 411 entry, specifically finishing with a straight ankle lock. So here you can see the full video. We're going to be breaking this down now. Alright, so just to get started, this situation happened over a scramble. We can scroll here. Okay, perfect. So here's the start to the entry. So like I had mentioned, this started off as a scramble, so it's a little bit different than a traditional setup. But as the opponent stands up, I drop down. And as he comes forward, I try to shoot my hips underneath here so you can see his leg scoot this way. And typically what I'm looking to do when I'm here is to get instep to instep connection. So in this specific situation, there's a little bit of a gap between our insteps, but I still have some block using the end of my foot on his instep. But ideally, I'd want to take my instep and have it go this way a little bit more. That was a terrible drawing. So as I start to elevate, I'm not really looking for the sweep at all. And I do this type of setup because the opponent definitely thinks I'm going for a sweep. So what they do is they post all their weight onto their hands, which makes their hips very light and able to be elevated so I can work underneath. Now, if I was going for a traditional sweep, what I'd be looking to do is instead of using my left arm to control his pant leg, I would be using that to come over his shoulder and then sweep him in this direction. But in this situation, I'm not looking to do that. So as I elevate, he posts, which again makes his hips and legs very light. And what I'm trying to do underneath is use that right butterfly hook that I just had to shoot straight up and then drop down. So I'm struggling a little bit here because he has his weight leaning over this way a little bit more. So to try to get a better angle, I'm using that right hand to push into his armpit in this direction, which will turn his body this way. And what this will do is it'll give me an angle to better control his hips and enter into the position. So there's the post. Boom. So again, if you can see, go back here. In this position, our center lines are virtually parallel, and in an ideal world, we want them to be perpendicular. So you can see that angle here. Post, turn, boom. So now you can see our center lines are perpendicular, which is an ideal position to enter into the 411 from here. So just as a quick note, while we're right here, if you pay attention to his legs, he crosses them. So he's crossing his ankles right here, which actually makes it really easy for me to control his hips and his weight because he's not basing out, trying to fold me over this way, which would be a good defense for what I'm trying to do. And also what that would do is it would expose my back. So we take it back here. We're in this position here. Now, instead of him curling his right leg underneath and locking up those ankles, if he would have based this leg out and put more weight onto this hip and dropped it down, that would have created an easier entry into my back, which is exposed around here. So this is a good position to see. If he was to keep heavy on those hips and pull in this direction, base this leg out in this direction, he would be able to see my back and take it from there. But Fortunately for me, he did not, and he kept his weight in his hands, and I kept him elevated. And what I'm doing here, I don't know if we can get a better angle, is I'm shooting my right leg straight up between his legs, and then I'm going to curl it down around the outside, and then I'm going to lock up a figure 4 with my left leg. So there it is. Drop that down. You can see there's the chop down right there. Now I have the position secure, and I'm trying to push him over in this direction, considering he doesn't have any base since his leg right here, or his hip, is tied up. So I'm going to use this hand as a post and just push in that direction as I start to sit my weight up, creating a rolling motion for him. And there we have it. So now we are in the saddle position. And considering this is an amateur tournament and we are in the gi, there are no heel hooks allowed, which I probably would have gone for if it was a different situation, but still a good control position. And wrap up a straight ankle lock with a single arm and finish it.